everyone, welcome to Toy Break episode 258. I'm Aileen.
I'm George.
I'm Ahren.
Hi Ahren, welcome to the couch. Again, this is your second time.
Back in black.
Get it? Because he's wearing... And it's a song popular... Never mind.
Just keep going.
In case you're wondering, Toy Break is your weekly internet show featuring news and reviews all about the wonderful world of toys, including but not limited to designer vinyl, action figures, collectibles, plush, events, interviews, anything we can bring you in the wonderful world of toys. That is what we attempt to do. Let us start, as we always do, by thanking our site sponsors like Happy Panda Toys,
Button Lab,
Art Attack Toys,
Dragatomy,
Tenacious Toys,
Vinyl Riot,
Vinyl Riot, your one-stop destination for designer toys, offering a huge selection of DIYs and art supplies to satisfy all your creative needs. Don't forget to sign up for their newsletter to receive their Riot Deal of the Week, a secret promotion given only to their subscribers. VinylRiot.com. Grumpy Bert,
Mr. Toast,
Frombies,
Puppet Heap. Puppet Heap, a world of stories on your hand.
Superpower Collectibles,
DKE Toys. Hi guys.
3D Retro.
and Tomonosuke.
Very good, George. Bravo. Thanks for joining in, Ahren.
No problem.
Do we have contests going on?
Bone Sucker Contest. You can win one of 4 handmade bone suckers provided by Jimmy Foo. Head over to the forum at toybreak.com and post why you want a bone sucker in the contest section.
Ooh.
Hey, we didn't name it.
Yeah, okay.
Deadline
yeah,
is
I
May
know.
1st.
It's fine. It's totally fine. It's like Mantenna.
There's just nothing you could do with it. It just is what it is.
I said that to Noelle and she's like, ew. And I was like, no, it's a He-Man character.
Antenna,
And I was like, and then I thought there and I was like, oh.
like, oh.
Huh.
All right, so, Ahren,
Yes.
do you want to talk about what you do now? Do you want to get into that later? Should we just get right into some toys? What do you want to do?
Why don't we do the reviews first, and then we'll do the show off.
You can build up to.
We can build up to it.
Okay.
I've got some info to lay down for everybody.
Oh, he's gonna school us.
I'm gonna suggest. I guess.
You're gonna suggest us.
It's school-esque. There's a learning element to it.
Put your learning hats on, folks. All right, let's start with some reviews.
Put some clothes on.
First we have, what is it? It's amazing.
This is Digested.
See, I say Digested.
Digested.
Now that's a box.
This is a box, but inside this box,
Its gross weight is 1.57 kilograms.
Oh, thank you.
it's gross that weight.
Well, I mean, that's...
I'm already out. How long is this going to take?
It's going to take a while, because I'm excited.
Let's talk about Mantenna again.
So this is a Kid Robot Black figure, and this is how it comes. It's
In a black box.
in a black box. There's a little
There's
slipcase. There's a little logo in there with some
window.
Alex Pardee's signature on it.
In case you don't know Kid Robot Black,
Yes, go ahead.
it is a special division of Kid Robot doing these all black figures by popular artists. At you can keep an eye on black.kidrobot.com for what they have coming up. It's not necessarily like every month. I'm not sure if there is a regular schedule.
I don't know. Yeah,
There's
I don't
only
know
been
how
3 or
often they
4.
do
I
'em.
don't know. Yeah, well,
I
I saw
believe.
the last one I saw was the Terra McPherson one.
Yes. And
It was-
wait. I think there was another one.
There was something
There was the
else in
skull
between.
before that, and there was something after the Terra.
There was like that clock house or like a
Yes.
wooden
Yes.
house or something. I don't know.
I'm not
Like
familiar
a
with
cuckoo
that
clock.
person's
It was really
body of
really
work.
nice.
Was it? Okay.
Really nice. Anyway, this is Digested by Alex Pardee and Kid Robot. It's a 6-inch vinyl, limited to 250 pieces,
That's not a lot of pieces.
based on drawing and 7-foot sculpture by Alex.
It's a lot
Okay.
smaller
Of
than I
course.
thought it was going to be.
And it was available, like I said, at black.kidrobot.com, and it went for $200.
I was gonna say, what's the MSRP on that bad
So
boy?
these are high-end collectibles. Is the
Well,
deal
I
on
don't know,
this.
$250. I mean, it's
$200?
well, yeah.
I still think of $200 as pretty high-end.
I don't know. I guess
Versus an action figure?
well, but it's a totally different process.
Okay, it's a very cheap piece of art.
It's an entry level art collector kind of thing. Like there's a
Like
lot
entry
of
level. What? How much? Oh, art collector, not
Yeah,
toy
yeah,
collector.
not toy
Oh,
collector, like art collector.
Yes. Yes, it's like buying a cool 3D print.
There's no such thing as a cool 3D print.
All right. This is pretty awesome.
Yeah, we're talking about two different things.
Yes, no, I got it. 3D
You see what I did?
Build line.
$25 setup fee. Did I tell you about the place down in Pasadena, my
No.
mom's place? I went there and I was like, hey, you know, I want to get some stuff printed out. And they're like, it's $25 setup fee.
You're like, no.
And then $1 per cubic centimeter, which, if you think about a cubic inch, it's not even close to, like, a cubic centimeter, way smaller than
It's
a cubic
really
inch.
yeah.
It's really small. $1 a cubic inch.
So unless you're doing a keychain.
Yeah, something. I mean, it's just, I mean, I get it. They've got to keep the store open. And the guy was really nice, but...
Oh, wow.
This piece is pretty freaking amazing.
Look at all the textures on it.
Well, the textures, I wonder if they, no, they don't do it. I was going to say, I wonder if they do it afterwards, but it doesn't make any sense.
It's really cool,
That's-
the use of the matte and the gloss.
Each, like somebody painted those. They,
Oh, the little fur marks?
well, yeah, not all of them are painted. Like, these are, there's
Some are
just,
scribed in.
just dry brush down here, but these are actually painted. So that's the real deal, Holyfield. That's a lot of work.
So now this also has the is it the first one that has a color other than black?
No, I think they all have something.
Because it's
Oh,
got
yeah.
the
Well,
bright
no,
red
the-
eyes.
They call it black, but it's not actually their black edition. It's
So
just
it's
called
mostly
that.
black. And then the gray kid in the hand.
Yeah. Well, the Tara
the gray.
McPherson one had her, like, pastel-y,
Yeah.
kind of orange.
They always have colors in
Yeah,
it.
it's
Oh.
got... Otherwise, I
Commercials
think
all
that would be...
And white stitches. This is really cool. And then it's got the clear disc over the belly with the kid trapped inside.
And it's actually sculpted in there. I thought it's a low relief, but I thought it was just going to be like a painted
Yeah.
thing. But
Oh, that's
there's
nice.
actually like a relief of a kid in there.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Well, I think, I mean, aside from the fact that it looks cool, it's also easier to paint than just having, like, a flat thing.
I thought it was just going to be like a graphic tagged
Oh,
inside,
oh,
the way
I
they
gotcha.
did with like the Dr. A. Dunning, where they did that inside.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I mean, this is the parts, even, because it's... So the body is roto, just like regular vinyl. But the arms, it looks like are...
They're injection PVC.
pieces.
Yeah.
And they're even, like, multi-part PVC, so, like, you can see the parting line. But then the hand is a totally different part. So this actually came originally from wherever. This part, the main body, was one piece. And then this hand with the kid, this arm, this hand, the centerpiece, and the foot. Everything that's gloss black. No, this is part of it. Wow. So
It's pretty nice.
it's a steal of a deal for $250.
200
200.
200.
200.
Even better.
Yeah.
But
It's a
But
pretty
probably
amazing
not on the
piece.
secondary market.
The sculpting's pretty. I think you could still buy it. I don't think it's
Oh,
even
can you?
sold out.
I
that's
didn't
a-
even
that's
a-
assume
Maybe by
it
now.
did.
Yeah, that's a pretty high number though. That one's tagged 204 of 250. So
Yes. Now, you and I had the pleasure of seeing the real piece, the 7-foot sculpture of this.
Yeah.
Is it
Up in San Francisco.
Fiberglass.
No, it's a giant stuffed bear.
Oh,
It's like a 7-foot stuffed bear with like this kid and
Sure, sure.
like it's really cool.
So is the kid in scale? That's if the bear is
Yeah,
7 feet tall, is
approximately.
the kid like kid size?
Yeah, small
Okay.
kid size.
This is awesome. This is way cooler than I thought it was going to be.
Same.
And obviously,
pictures
definitely
online.
very much based on the art that Alex originally created the 7-foot sculpture on,
Sure.
which is beautiful, and we're big fans of Alex, so I kind of expected to like this piece, but it's one of Kid Robot's better pieces, I'd say.
Yeah. There's a lot of technical things that went into making that piece look the way it does.
And when you're paying $200 for a piece, you're getting the paint quality of $200. You know, you're not getting, messed up lines and
Yeah.
overspray and bad double tampo prints anywhere, anything like that.
Yeah.
It looks like a really solid piece.
I think most of I would bet you dollars to donuts. Like this is probably mask. This is probably mask, but like everything else is probably hand painted. Like anything that
That's
isn't
crazy.
isn't a pattern. Like this is probably just a spray. This is all hand painted.
It's gorgeous. If you haven't seen it, go do some more research online, see if it's still available, and keep your eye on black.kidrobot.com to see what they have coming out next.
Nice.
Yeah.
Happy with your Kid Robot, George?
Totally.
Ooh. So rarely do I hear that from George. What else do we have today?
I don't know. What else do we have?
Spider Pods.
Spider-Man Fighter Pods by Hasbro.
Spider Pods.
Spider Pods.
So we've had the
Star Wars.
Ones on.
Did you were gonna say He-Man?
No.
I wish they made He-Man Fighter Pods.
Oh, is
Get a little
the
antenna.
spectacular Spider Ham in there?
Yes, he is.
Wait, what?
That's why I got this one.
Uh,
Look at him.
Worse than Batmite.
Look at him.
So these are Micro Heroes Mega Battles. This 4-pack comes with pod and launcher, as well as 4.
It also had him, which is why we got this one.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
That was cool.
Now,
Dr. Doom.
this is something
can't
that
get enough Dr. Doom.
they added after the first series of pods.
Squishy.
Wait, who's this?
They started giving this little flicker so that you can,
Yeah, because what are you supposed to do with the pods?
I guess,
We just throw them. Just throw their kids.
Yay!
Little kids throw things.
Yay!
I don't know. These actually feel different than the Squinkies plastic.
Yes.
These are harder.
Harder than Squinkies, but I feel like they're softer than the previous fighter pods.
I am not familiar with that. I mean, I'm familiar with them.
Right,
but
no, I know.
I never bought
I felt
any
like
of
they
them.
were just a little bit harder than this. Not that really matters, but
Well, no, it does, because the Squinkies have a weird, like, they have the plastic feels
like a
cheap.
soft. Yeah, soft.
Like they put too much plasticizer in, so it makes it really soft, and
they're gonna degrade.
it
like,
makes it prone to leaching.
Yeah, like I don't even play with ours really because like they're just gonna fall apart in like a
Yeah.
year.
They don't have a lot of smell though, which is good.
Mine kind of smells a little bit. It's
I mean,
going away.
but it's very,
It's already going away. Oh, this Doctor Doom's really cute. I mean, there's only so much detail you can get in something
yeah,
cool. They
that's
have a little-
3/4 of an inch high.
yeah. I mean,
There's a lot of detail on
Pretty
this.
good,
Look at
though.
Yeah,
all those
there's-
little spider lines are sculpted in and everything.
yeah.
This is my favorite one. I had to get the one with the spider hand.
So this set goes for $6, which you get 4 figures and the pod and the launcher.
All right. I mean, there's $6 worth of toy here.
Right. I mean, that's $1 each, and then $1 each for the pod and the
Yeah.
flinger.
The only one of the Star Wars ones that I really wanted was the Kit Fisto. Was really cute.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's him, and I like that character design for some reason, and so he's like this with his little lightsaber, and he's all like super deformed and cute. His eyes are big.
Who's this?
I have no idea. Like,
Spider Angel, blue. Spider.
it's yeah.
Angel.
Is
Oh,
that
like
like
Dr. Doom.
Spuffy?
Yes. Exactly.
Oh, worst
It would be
fans in
nice
the world.
if they had
Going
the
on
characters
record.
on the back. I accept that.
Do they have a Ghost Rider one?
They don't really have like any sort of information on more characters.
Unacceptable.
Or a little thing like they should have the
They don't have a
pull-out thing.
check. They don't have a checklist.
No
They don't have
checklist.
the rest of them on the back. That's
Nothing.
What are we
Maybe if
supposed
you,
to do?
I bet if you went online, there's probably a checklist or something.
wicked lame. Let me see what else is in there.
Good lady.
That's
I wonder
right.
what coast Ahren is from.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, wait a minute. No.
Yeah, that's right. The northern coast of America.
America. All right. Well, we
Oh, that
have.
Nova's pretty cool. You see that? It kind of looks like he's farting. If you see it, like, I don't know if the people at home can see. So the Nova has like a whoosh, but
A whoosh.
but if I had a 12-year-old sense of humor, which I do, it kind of looks like he's farting.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, yeah.
And the fact that he is the human rocket really doesn't
Makes
help.
it better.
Yeah, I mean, it's because that propulsion's got to come from somewhere.
All right. We have.
Whoa!
The pod fell apart.
What?
Is it supposed to do that?
Yeah, it goes apart.
There you go. Well, I mean, it's supposed to come apart. I
When
don't
you
know.
launch it?
In the I don't know if it's supposed to come apart in the fling.
In the launch.
Way to use your mega strength.
I know. Well,
That was a mega battle that just happened right here
that's why I have
with
to.
small heroes.
That's why I have to sculpt with wax. I can't use Super Sculpey because I have monster hands.
Aw.
I'm like, oh, Super Sculpey.
All right. Well, we have one other interesting thing before we.
We do.
Wait, what are you doing?
He's
He's
keeps-
making a little stand.
Yeah.
Wait, show them what you just did.
I already did about an hour ago when you guys were starting
No,
talking
you
about
put
this.
the guy on the top of the fighter
yeah,
pod.
we did earlier. You'll see when you watch it back.
At least I watch.
Up next,
In the editing process.
this is Bloody Michonne with zombie pets.
I always say Michonne.
Michonne.
Michonne? I don't know. It's just
It almost said, I wonder if they released that in England too.
How would they say it?
Oh, because it says bloody
Because
on
it
it?
says bloody, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
British swears.
So this would be the fucking Michonne set?
Yeah.
It's the fucking Michonne and Pets set.
So this is by McFarlane Toys, of course. It is a 3-pack of Walking Dead action figures. Michonne here features
Fucking Michonne.
features 24 points of articulation, removable poncho, katana, and sheath. This set goes for $40. I believe you can find that at Toys R Us.
Yeah, if your Toys R Us isn't being shut down by Bain Capital.
Oh.
Did I tell you this?
No.
Yeah. So the reason that Toys R Us is sort of falling into the toilet is because...
The toys are toilet?
Well, they were purchased partially by Bain Capital, which is the company that drove KB Toys and Toyworks into the ground.
KB, rest in peace.
So, yeah, interesting. It's a Mitt Romney joint. Mitt Romney's literally killing toys.
I am disheartened about that news.
I am too. So that's
geez.
part of the reason that they're having so many like
There's a gun in here.
Oh, really?
supply chain issues.
There's a whole extra gun in his backpack. If you pull hard enough, it comes out.
Is it? If you break the toy, I wonder if it fits in her hand.
I didn't break it.
Let's find out.
That's a good question. So these, I believe, are considered black and white. Like a black and white set.
This is the bloody version. They
Oh,
have
sorry,
a black
this is
and
the
white
black.
set.
Sorry, this is the bloody version. There
It does.
is-
It actually does. It's hard to see, but it actually does have other colors.
It does seem, yeah, but it's really washed out.
Yes. It is as if it was based on a black and white comic.
Oh, I see
Except
what you
this is
did
the
there.
TV version.
Hey, look, I don't have all the answers. I just have some of the answers that sound almost correct.
Look at all the drapery, like on the fabric, on the bags and the pants. These remind me of old, awesome McFarlane figures.
And there's her cool sheath for her thing. Now, the fun thing about
where's
these
her katana
guys,
sword?
it's already on her.
It's over here.
Oh, okay. There.
So the shotgun, you can stick it into her hand. It does not fit in her hand per se.
Got it.
Which is probably why
How's
it's
it
being
brought one?
carried in her back.
Let's try this.
Sure.
Let's see if I can get it back.
Now,
in.
here's the fun part.
Can I get it back in?
They come with jaws.
Oh, I can.
I wish they came with Violator jaws, like the big, like like the old
That
McFarlane.
might be that guy's jaw.
All right, let me try it.
Everything.
Spoiler alert: there's a character on Walking Dead named Michonne,
What?
and she's got two.
Okay. Well.
And they come with
You
their,
probably already know this.
And
I think
and
that's this guy's arms. They come with arms and jaws, so you can put the zombies back together.
the katana actually fits into the sheath.
Oh, look at how cool that jaw is.
No! It's too late. You're already dead.
You could totally like slice his jaw off.
Is that the right
Oh,
jaw?
there it goes. Oh!
Where'd it go?
No one plays with toys like that. Or
Where'd it
not
go?
these toys. It's over here.
Oh, excellent.
No, it blends in. Oh,
Very dark. This show. These toys.
it is.
I can't tell whose arms this is supposed to be.
I don't think it matters.
Is that fitting?
Yeah.
The
I see arms and I shove them in a hole.
Whoa. I'm gonna let that one slide.
Sure. I put those on backwards because thumbs don't go on the inside.
You don't know that.
Yeah, no, I do. That's not the right.
You don't know he's a Renaissance man. You don't know his schedule.
His sketch. Oh, wait, that fits much better. This is much, much better.
Oh man,
here
you
we
put
go.
something together the correct way and it fit better.
I know, what? Look at him.
It's the
Full
damnedest
score
thing.
and 20 years ago.
Oh, okay. So
7
here's
years ago.
here's an interesting
Oh.
design choice.
Yes.
She does not have holes for a foot peg.
Does she need
No,
them?
these can't. The foot pegs are for these two.
The foot pegs are for the zombies, but she is not great at standing.
Mine's like, oh.
Oh no, she's alright. She's good. She gets a pass.
Look at her. She looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean it looks like the actress. It's a fine likeness.
I believe it's a scan.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I love these little jaws.
And then the body is a digital sculpt.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's their MO. Oh,
I saw some pictures online of the guy that did the sculpting. He was posting it on Facebook. You know, he put the picture of the digital sculpt up, and it was pretty amazing. Like,
oh yeah, no, I saw that because he had the face blanked
he had
out.
the face blurred out because
Yeah,
he
yeah.
didn't sculpt the face.
Yep, I saw that.
And it's really cool. I mean, even when you're holding it.
Yeah.
And there's a picture that
The hips are a little
somebody,
weird.
I think maybe Dave, is it Dave Gittleman? Is that the guy's name?
Yes.
He put up a picture of that, like, in an outdoor shot, and it looks, I mean, it's the painted version of the figure,
Right.
not the black and white one. And it looks like a person standing there. But
Really?
it's the action figure. Yeah, it was really nice. I mean, this, as you can see from the figure, it's a really nicely sculpted figure.
Beautiful figure, beautiful photography. And the hair is good. Hair is one of the... Obviously, we've spoken about this before. Hair is so hard to capture in a sculpt.
Yeah. The dreadlocks are actually probably make it easier in a way.
I would imagine,
yeah.
yes.
Because there's more
And this sort of textured short hair.
definition. Yeah.
But
Because
still, it's nice.
it's still nice. It doesn't take away from the niceness of the toy.
These are really good action figures.
Cool could have used a little more texture. I mean, it looks like they tried to do it, but then it got washed out or something. But I mean, if you have to complain about something.
That could
And
be
you don't.
that could be part of the molding process too, because there's like a little compound curve here
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
they had to fill in. So this whole from the front, it looks like this is completely separate, but it's actually
Surprised it's not.
it's filled in. But it has to be. I mean, there's no, because this wouldn't hold its shape
Yeah, you couldn't do
otherwise.
it.
There's no way to do it. But
These look great. And I believe this set goes for about $40, which means $13 an action figure. That's what action figures go for.
it's pretty reasonable.
Plus, they have these real little chains. That's fun.
That's actually that makes their life way easier. Not having to like try and injection mold the little chain.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
just going to
that.
break anyway.
Yeah.
So these look great, and there really are a lot of accessories with the jaws and the arms and the bags and the gun and the katana and
Man, I
lot of
wish
stuff on these.
I wish somebody would do a small version of them though.
like 3 3/4.
Yeah, I'm maybe smaller.
Like, damn it, Ahren! If only someone would make
If
small
only
versions.
somebody would make.
I'd
some-
really prefer them from the comic though, not from the show.
obviously. George,
Skybound.com.
throwing it out there. Did Kirkman have approval on those? Do you know? If, no. There you go. Direct from the man, the beard. He's a mighty beard, or he used to. I haven't seen him recently. Kirkman, yeah. He has like a beard that would come from eating like Wheaties. It's a mighty beard.
Wheaties beard?
It could compete in the Olympics.
Can we also talk about how cool this zombie arm is? Because I think it's really cool.
All right.
That's just me.
It has a very standard joint. The hands rotate. That's good. It's friction fit for the arm, but it also has gore detail around it. Mm-hmm. So that's cool.
Missing a finger on this one.
Missing it. He's missing 2 fingies over here.
I like that. It's a nice detail to pay attention to.
It's a nice detail. I don't know. This they see.
Maybe a part of a thumb is missing.
Yeah. The thumb isn't a finger.
Right.
it's
So
just a
one
digit.
finger and part of a thumb.
Yeah. He has
Cool, look at that.
like.
That looks
Yeah.
great.
I like it.
These are good. Oh, look at the little pulled down boot. That's nice. Really good detail. This reminds me of just like, this is why I used to collect McFarlane.
I
detail.
exclusively collected it for the jaw, and like the giant hunk of plastic that you could get for like $10.
Dude.
I remember the. Do you remember? I mean, this is digging pretty deep. Greg Capullo, back in the day, used to do this comic called The Creech,
Oh yeah, the
Yep.
creature was awesome.
and the figure seriously was like this big,
Gigantic.
and the arms were like that big around, and it also had like PVC tubes that you could like plug in.
Mm-hmm.
Am I thinking of the Alien Spawn? I think they
That
both
was
had
Creech. Creech
I
had
thi-
that.
Okay, so I think they both had it, but it was like one of my favorite figures for a long time because that Mandarin Spawn, amazing.
Man, this one was awesome.
Both of those figures were Eric Treadaway.
Yay,
Sculpted.
Eric from the Four Horsemen.
Yay,
The
Eric.
Mandarin Spawn was
Oh.
the one that was in like the red and yellow color.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It had the faces all over it,
Mhm.
like that European style that we talk about so much privately, not on.
Talk about European things privately?
Well, no, we talked about
European privately?
there. Doesn't everyone pee? Actually, having a 2-year-old, I don't pee privately. I'm
Yeah, true, right?
like 30 seconds, and I get. Hi, Daddy.
What you doing?
She's not there yet. She just says, "Hi, Daddy."
She's just checking in. She wants to make sure you're good. Do you need anything? You're good? Okay.
I'm good. I'm good. Thank
So
you.
wait, is this it for this?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
So let us move on to Blind Box. Do you guys know what time it is? Blind Box time! What do we have for Blind Box today, George?
Back to the character building micro figures. Collectible, constructible, compatible.
Yeah. Compatible.
Oh, compatible.
They're compatible with all major building block
I
brands.
want an angel. Are you a Doctor Who fan?
Yeah, well, ironically, we actually had this conversation the last time I was here.
Did we open Doctor Who?
Well, no. We had the set of all the set of all the Doctors.
I remember, yes.
So, do I like Doctor Who? Yes.
Yes.
Do I consider myself a Whovian?
No.
No.
But you know the word Whovian.
I do. No. Yeah.
So that means something. Wait, you didn't say what you wanted. Neither of you did.
What?
Oh,
there's
okay.
no.
Yeah,
There's only
Daleks.
like 3 figures. Oh.
There's
all right.
Daleks, there's
Well, here, I
Cybermen,
opened
there's
this so
that
you could
guy.
see which ones are in the set.
Okay.
Which one do you want?
Angel. Oh, I got like China air in my mouth.
Oh, yeah, it's bad. It is bad. I guess the Cyberman, maybe?
Got the freaking angel.
Yeah, well,
Freaking A! Don't blink.
so did I.
Yeah.
Hey, look, so did I.
Oh. That's kind of awesome, actually.
Somebody totally jacked these in the store.
Potentially. Yeah, but this is the one everybody wants. Are they different angels?
No, there's
Is there only one
Oh,
angel?
no, there's 2. There's a screaming face and a serene face.
I got
the
screaming.
I also got the screaming.
Of course.
So somebody totally jacked these in the store. If you do that, you're a jerk. Unless you're like the little 7-year-old kid who's like Rain Man figuring out the Lego minifigures for me. That was how I got the genie, which was like one of the only ones I wanted from that series.
What if you're not 7, but you can still do that?
Have you seen any of the new ones out in the store?
10? No, 10's not out yet.
Okay. Because I want that Medusa.
10's just gonna start hitting America soon.
I want that Medusa so bad.
Yes.
I think that and the gold figure that probably is exclusively
There's
going to
something
be.
else in this series that was really cool.
There was,
It was a really good looking series.
They're digging deep. No, it's really not.
No, it was. There was a lot of good accessories. The girl has an iPod, I think. Or no, she has a phone. She has a cell phone, I think. That's a great tile. Decorated tile. 1x2.
Sure.
All right, so Angel's compatible with other popular building block brands.
They can't say it, so we will. These will fit on Legos.
Oh!
Lego!
And Mega Block.
And Mega Blocks.
And Best Block.
What?
Best Lock. And
No, I've never heard of that.
You ever heard of Best Lock?
This is like
It's another off-brand.
It's like off
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah,
It's like it's the Hydrox of building blocks.
it is.
What do you think
It
of the
is.
base?
I think it's weird because it's, well, I mean, obviously it's the Doctor Who, the DW.
Right.
Well, but this is only meant for display.
But
It has no
it's like way in the back of the base and then this huge...
Huge front, like.
Well, but it is TARDIS shaped.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need it at all.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
this
It's
one.
huge base.
There's a huge.
This
Well,
one
no,
has
they
a
all
huge-
have.
They all have huge feet.
They all have big, goofy feet.
I've played with the Amy.
Yeah.
Before,
yeah.
like they all...
Least favorite companion.
Right.
So I guess I do care a little bit.
Yeah,
Like, I care.
see?
I care because I dislike her, and I love Catherine Tate. She's
Wait, what?
Catherine Tate.
You loved Catherine Tate.
I love everything about Catherine Tate.
Who's
Really?
Catherine Tate?
She was the vastly superior redhead that was
Which one is she?
that
The
preceded
Bride, a couple...
that
seasons
preceded
ago?
Amy Pond.
The one on The Office now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing.
I found her to be one of the most annoying.
What?
It's all about Rose. If it's not Rose, it doesn't matter.
Do you know that she was a pop star?
Yes, I did actually.
Who, Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In real life, the actress who plays her, she was in like a, she was like a sort of Debbie Gibson-esque,
Before?
pop star.
Robin
Oh yeah,
Sparkles.
yeah. I think she was her heyday. I think was when, kind of back in when Robbie Williams was like young and in British boy bands.
Interesting.
There you go.
A little Doctor Who trivia. All right, well, let's get back to some reviews. Or maybe not so much reviews as chatting with Ahren?
Well, it's a review of Monsterpalooza.
It's a review of Monsterpalooza.
Why are you here? Why are you in town, Ahren? Who are you? What do you do?
So I'm here for Monsterpalooza, and also technically to visit my mother, who I love. Well,
let's say mother first. Monsterpalooza was an offshoot of that.
Correct.
Just
I
happened.
did,
Even though we all know it's the other way.
I did, however, I mean, so yes, I did come here to see my mother because I love her to death, and she's the only mom I've got.
I think you only get one.
You don't know
Usually.
that.
I don't.
Never mind. I'm not going to say what I was going to
Yeah,
say.
please.
It's okay.
So Monsterpalooza.
So you have a job called at a company.
So I have a company. Some would call it a loose company. I have a company called Improbable Cast, wherein I do sort of the manufacturing prep end of Toy World. Almost everything that I do comes after the sculpting is done.
Mm-hmm. Some would call it prototyping.
Some would call it prototyping, which is
a part of prototyping.
To say that it's sort of strictly prototyping is a little bit deceptive because I'm like the last stop before the factory. Mm-hmm. So the sculpting is done, the approval process.
Actually, post office is the last stop.
Sure.
Put the brakes right on the whole story.
Conversation stopper.
Way to keep it moving forward.
So I'm sort of the last production stop, shall we say. So the sculpting is done, all the approvals are in. The only thing that I have to do basically is make a copy of the sculpt and then make one or two, sometimes paint one of them, it depends. Sometimes there's in-house painters that do that. And then that is what gets sent away to make...
He's making the master.
The master.
Also a Doctor Who reference.
Really?
Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, we haven't had enough conversation stops, so... I'm
just going to shut up for the rest of the episode.
It's fine. No, it's not. It's your show. You can do whatever you want.
Oh boy. Blah!
Butter lettuce party!
Anyway.
So
this is going to be the longest episode of nothing.
No, it always is. It always is.
The longest
and it's not my fault this time.
You make beautiful casts.
Sure. I mean,
improbable casts, even we'll say.
Sure.
I could have summed all of that up in I do molding and casting.
Yes. That is.
And you were out here for Monsterpalooza, which is?
Correct. So Monsterpalooza is a bi-yearly actually event. They started doing Son of Monsterpalooza in October.
We don't have to bring its sexual orientation into this.
So Monsterpalooza is basically a convention, monster stuff.
Horror and slight sci-fi, but mostly horror.
Derailed my whole thing.
Mm-hmm. But subtly.
No, it wasn't subtle. So it's basically sort of like the usual suspects in terms of horror movie stuff. A lot of the effects guys are there, and ladies. The effects ladies as well are there. A lot of sort of actors coming through, but it's a good place to kind of go and get kits, and it basically, aside from seeing people that I only get to see a couple times a year, it also saves me a lot of money on shipping. So would you like to see some of the things that I got while I was there?
I would love to see some of the things.
Excellent. George, do you want to go first? You have your thing?
Sure.
Okay.
So we finally went to Monsterpalooza this year.
Yeah. And I picked up only one resin piece. It is a 12-inch scale zombie head for your 12-inch figures. That's awesome. This was made by Gabriel Garcia Studios. And he sells, there's quite an array of heads now. He started out with like 1, 2, and now there's like 12 or so.
That's a really awesome one.
I asked him which one was his best seller, which was the most popular one, and I said, I'll take that one. Yeah. Because it was too hard to choose. They're all cool.
Yeah, they really are. So if you do any of the 12-inch, the bucks are like G.I. Joes, basically.
Yeah, any of those like Hot Toy or whatever, any of those like 12-inch bodies that you want to put this on.
I love the jaw, the way it's like slightly askew, like it's coming apart.
Yeah, it's all busted out.
He's like
it's ripping off even on the side.
Yeah, his stuff is so tight. Like he's definitely he would be in my probably my top 15 to 20 sculptors in that sort of genre. It's tough to put a number on it because there's some guys that do like there's guys that do like 28 millimeter and like they would never do something this size, but
obviously
they could do this in
tiny,
like a figure that's this small,
right? Which is mind blowing on a totally different level.
Absolutely mind blowing, and almost all of them are from France, by the way.
Nice.
France and Poland.
Tiny hands up.
For some reason are like...
Smell like cabbage.
What? Anyways. All right, I'm getting...
So what'd you get?
I'm getting these out of the way. I got so much... Well, I didn't get a lot of stuff, but I got some stuff. So this was the first piece that I got. This was my yearly... Simon Lee every year makes like a couple little pieces just to kind of have at his table. And this was the one that I got this year. He had 2 of them. I didn't get the second one because by the time I got back, I think they were sold out.
Oh, nice.
So, and it's just, I mean, it's a simple piece in the sense that, there's no assembly. Normally with these sort of garage kits is the sort of bigger genre. There's usually some sort of assembly. They're multi-part. This is just a very simple, like, resin cast piece. I mean, I love all of Simon's stuff, and he's such a super nice guy.
If you follow my Instagram, I took a picture of he had on his table a large fight scene.
It's huge.
That he had made between predators and aliens.
It's like 3.5 feet.
Yeah, I mean,
no, it's more than that because
4
it's bigger than half. They have 8-foot tables, and it's bigger than like half of it. Yeah. He just has like a little section.
I mean, there had to be
himself.
20, 30 characters in there fighting.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. So if you want to see it, it's on my Instagram. But there's or you can just go to his website, bigbluetree.com. I didn't see the picture up there when I went the other day, but maybe by now it's up there.
Yeah, I'm not sure because these are so he did the original sculpts a little while ago, and I think he might have done one of them. He did one of those Stan Winston video classes,
the sculpting videos,
and he was sculpting a predator in that. So I don't know if that turned out to be an offshoot. That turned out to be an offshoot of that thing because he did like a Predator, Alien vs Predator thing.
Oh, okay.
Because this is for Stan Winston. So for the people who don't know, not movie effect buffs, Stan Winston Studios did the Alien vs Predator stuff.
Hey.
But definitely check out Simon's stuff. Like I said, aside from being a super nice guy, he's unbelievably talented. He does a lot of concept sculpting for flicks. I think he did stuff for Pacific Rim. I think he did some of the maquettes for them, and just he's like a laundry list of amazing, concept pieces for films. And I think he also still teaches classes. He's out here. He lives in...
Let me guess, Noman?
No. He just like teaches at his studio.
Oh, private classes. Nice.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't run them a lot, but like maybe once a year. The only problem is that they are never scheduled in a way that I can take them.
Right.
Because it's, it's like 4 Saturdays, and I can't like hang out here for a month.
Right.
much as I would love to. So I'm going to put this off to the side.
Okay,
here.
so what else did you get?
So the other thing that I bought was this.
Wow.
Which is this is a sculpt by... Yeah. So that is a sculpt by Paul Komoda, who has a tremendous body of work, and that is his zero gravity Jabba.
Brains.
And...
It's Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, it's Jabba the Hutt.
I got it.
He doesn't speak English, he speaks Huttese.
Sorry.
Guta, so
Yeah, I don't...
That's what he would say.
I don't know Hut off the top of my head, excuse me.
Really?
Ewok, that's a different situation.
All right. So this is same thing. I actually ended up buying 2 things that were just one piece. Him and Norm Myers, and somebody else whose name is slipping my mind right now. They all sort of put out stuff through like a shared studio. And this is one of Paul's pieces. I actually bought this specifically because I don't have any of his pieces already.
For the collection.
So and I'll paint it. But like I have a ton of like Sheffield Brothers stuff, and I have recently taken over some of their casting. So
Lovely.
best guys in the world. If you like model kits and if you like sort of fantasy barbarian-y, they did a kit recently with Wayne Barlow, the guy who designed like every awesome alien in the world ever. One of my like childhood heroes. I was like, I saw the original Sculpt Comic-Con a couple years ago, and I was like, is that Thipe? And they were like, yes, it is. Like, why do you know what that is? And I'm like, I have a dog-eared copy of Barlow's Guide to Extraterrestrials that tell you exactly why I have it. So I will eventually paint this and figure out how to display it. The sprue is in the top of the head, so I might string it.
Like a Christmas ornament.
I haven't decided yet.
For your tree. Family will love it.
We have a Christmas tree.
Oh. For your Yule log. For your Hanukkah bush. For your Festivus pole.
For the corner of your room.
For the corner where we put Penny's presents.
There you go.
Or I might mount it from the bottom. I haven't decided yet. But it's a great piece.
The funny thing about the resin kit industry that differs from the toy industry is the level of casting that you're allowed to sell, or that you sell. I guess everyone's allowed to sell whatever they want.
Yes.
But in the resin kit world, it seems that you leave sprues and leave air bubbles, and it doesn't really matter. Nobody cares.
Well, there's a certain amount of
leeway.
Yeah. Well, because you're essentially selling an unfinished.
Yeah, you're
product.
not selling a final toy.
So,
you're selling something for the person to actually finish and make themselves.
Right.
Speaking of not a final toy, I think you have something else in that box to show off.
Yeah, I do. Oh man. So this was a crazy.
Well, as you're unwrapping that, I'm just gonna quickly talk about a couple more things that I saw at Monsterpalooza.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
totally.
yes, please.
Tim Gore was there,
Tim Gore.
and he just released his new line of Bloodline acrylics.
Yes.
So yeah, Tim's. It was is it Createx?
It's Createx. Yeah.
Createx paints. So you can check out Tim Gore. Tim was an amazing effects painter.
Yeah.
He's been in the industry for years, and he now has his own line of paints. That's pretty cool.
And the more paint out there, the better.
And they're actually I was impressed with the price. They're the big like 4-ounce Createx bottles, and there's 3 sets, and it's $40 for each set, and there's like I think 6 paints in each set.
Yeah, there was a bunch of paint.
wow.
In the
So
set.
I mean, it's real.
That's nice.
In terms of volume of paint is huge. So, that's nice as well, because there are some very expensive paints out there.
And then I think the creepiest thing we saw.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
John Payne. Oh my God.
So cool.
So this guy, Jonathan Payne,
Is awesome. First of all.
let me see. He's got a website here. Etsy.com/shop/Payne Sculptures. That's PAYNE Sculptures. And then jengalog.blogspot.com. And let me just tell you, there was one sculpture there that was like this hand growing more hands, like with like this creepy tail thing, but then like all these little fingers. And it's just a little static sculpture, but it looks, you could see the movement in this thing. Like it looks like it's growing in front of you, and like more fingers are growing out of it, and more fingers. Like
I don't know. Like I don't know if this is if sculpting is his day job, but like if he's not getting work as like a maquette sculptor for like every horror movie in the world, then
he needs to.
There's no justice. Yeah, I mean his stuff is unbelievable.
It looks like fleshlets is one of his things.
Fleshlets.
Well, he does.
That sounds a lot like Fleshlight.
Well, there was a little like
there's a lot of there's
just saying.
There's some crossover there. Yeah. But he does those. I think are his line of like. He does these little super scopy things, and then because the super scopy is already like a little bit translucent and kind of like skin colored, he just like paints them with washes, and they look very realistic.
Yeah.
Also, not safe for work. A lot of them. So maybe do look at them at home and not like at your office. And when you see he has one that's like a giant tongue.
Oh, yeah.
And it has all these teeth.
We have pictures of that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to hold that.
Nice.
because John is awesome. And I didn't get to buy one of his things. Because we had to, Penny had like the baby timer went off and it was like baby meltdown. So we just had to book.
Yeah.
And I had time to run back in and be like, no, I need this, and I had to go.
Aww.
I'd talk to shiftlets for a second and then just bounce.
So yeah, check out this
What else
guy's
you got?
work because it's amazing. And this is just a postcard I picked up from Chet's table, Chet's R's table. Chet's got a show coming up with Dr. A at Stranger Factory coming up soon, so
Yes.
be sure to keep an eye out for that. It's
And you
gonna
know
be a
who
two-man
else
show.
was at Monsterpalooza? Neil Wynn.
Yes, he was.
Neil Wynn.
Neil the Teddy Bear Wynn.
But we'll have to
Was
have
there.
him
And
on
we
an
will
episode
have him
soon.
on
Yeah,
soon,
have
yes.
him
He could
talk-
show off his new
talk about
sculpture that he
his
showed.
thing, yeah. And I guess Emily was there for a little while, but I did not see them.
Oh, I saw him.
Let's see, who else was there that was really awesome? Michonne. All right, wait.
I'm excited.
Unwrap while
I
you're
thought
talking.
we were
They can't see
I
what you're
thought We
doing.
were talking about Monsterpalooza.
We are. You can unwrap
Yeah,
while
but they
you're
don't
talking.
care who was there.
I know they don't. All right.
You can say more names
so-
while you're unwrapping it if you want.
Okay. All right. So
Oh, you guys.
we'll get back to the Monsterpalooza thing in a
Oh,
few
you
minutes.
guys.
Okay, so these are
Candles that you bought at Pick and Save. They have Pick and Save
incorrect.
still?
I don't know.
I don't think they still
have
have
no
them.
idea what that is.
Oh my gosh.
So these are 2 wax prototypes for the original, like 83, 84 My Little
G1.
Ponies. G1 My Little Ponies. And you can touch them. I mean, obviously be careful with them. And then these are 2 different,
Oh my gosh.
2 of the different head sculpts.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's got a distinct
So these
flavor to it.
These are made in Roma
Smells like
Plastilina, which is basically before Super Sculpey, before Castelline, before like any of that stuff. There was Roma Plastilina, which is a sulfur-based clay. You don't see it a lot.
Can you pull those back just a little bit?
Yeah, sure. You don't really see it a lot anymore outside of very specific industries that don't use silicone, because this stuff, if you try and cast this in silicone, the silicone doesn't cure.
Oh, really?
Anywhere it touches.
So you cast it in plaster?
You can cast it in plaster. There's also a kind of rubber that they use in foundries called polysulfide rubber that has sulfur in it. So it is not inhibited by that particular clay.
If you crystal clear it enough, you can cast.
Yeah,
it.
I mean it's a lot of legwork. So you just use a non-sulfur clay. Actually, the company that makes this clay
makes it non-sulfur.
makes a
now.
non-sulfur. I mean, they still sell this, and plenty of people use it. But they also have a clay called Prima Plastilina, which is basically this with no sulfur in it.
Yeah.
So first off, this is amazing that these are still intact.
Right. So these exist. They were basically sitting on a shelf since 1983. They sort of fell into my possession through a very odd series of events, which I will not bore people with. These are actually these are sort of working prototypes. It's a little bit hard to see, but the legs were cut off and reattached. There's some tool marks on the faces where they were refining like what the shape of the muzzle was going to be. The legs were removed, I'm sure, and the head too. You can kind of see the cut there, to figure out the molding, because obviously these were all done in vinyl. So there were molds made for these, and the reason that I know that these are, like I said, kind of transitional mold or transitional prototypes is because they would have been destroyed in the casting process.
Right.
So if these particular ones had been used,
It would no longer.
they would no
exist.
longer exist.
So these were probably in a meeting.
Right. They were,
And they were like,
some
no,
sort
the
of
nose isn't
approval,
right.
or
We need to shave it down a little.
who knows. So I did a little bit of research, and I found out that this was like the standard Earth pony.
Yes.
What we now know as the Earth pony. I don't know if they called them that back then.
They did not, I believe.
And then these 2 heads, this is the ballerina head and the bride head. So these would have been and you can see there's a little like just peg in there, so the just to sort of get the shape,
Right.
so the planes match. The seated pose was only used in 5 ponies ever.
Worldwide.
There were 2 of them, I believe, that were released here. There was one that was released in Brazil, and then a couple sort of scattered.
Yeah, that's extremely rare. Like,
So
you never see sitting ponies.
yeah,
That's
one
my
of the
Indian
reasons.
name, by the way. Sitting pony.
Well, one of the reasons that the sitting ponies didn't do well is because the feet don't fit the accessories. So remember they had like all little shoes and stuff like that.
And outfits.
You couldn't put them on the sitting ponies.
Oh, that makes sense.
They were not as popular. And
Probably why the seahorse ponies didn't do as well.
consequently,
Sea ponies? You don't remember? Oh, they were cute.
He only knows as much as he knows because he had to look this up.
Correct.
I guarantee you.
yeah, exactly.
Oh! I just realized.
Yeah.
That wasn't on purpose.
You just went.
I was just wearing derpy today.
Just went full derp. So
this is amazing.
yeah, so this is literally like a piece of toy history, and it's the kind of thing.
This belongs in a museum.
It does, or an art gallery.
I never get to say that.
Yeah, this belongs
What's
to
that?
Coronado.
What was that that toy museum we went to? Where was that?
Oklahoma.
Where the
You should
wind
contact
comes
them and be
sweeping
like,
down
hey, I have
the
this stuff.
Those out on the table.
I certainly can.
Awesome.
I'm happy to leave them out for as long
Thank
as
you.
you like.
Yes, I would like to continue looking at them.
So they're really neat. I'm actually, I'm probably going to bring them down to Tag and
Toy Art Gallery.
the Toy Art
in Los Angeles.
In Los Angeles, and just kind of have them be on display and
These may or may not be available at Tag.
possibly be available. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Question mark.
Very cool. Well, thank you for bringing those to show us.
No problem.
Awesome illustration of who knows what's still around, what's still lurking around warehouses and buildings and storage facilities and who knows where. So never throw out a box without opening it first.
Yes. And if you ever see something like this on Storage Wars, it was staged, because that whole show was staged. Absolutely everything about it is fake.
Awesome.
All those shows.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for bringing all these goodies on. Was there anything else you wanted to
Let's see, what else did I bring?
promote or show? You have your website too, right?
I do. I have my website, my woefully unupdated website,
Scoot you around.
improbablecast.com.
But people can get in touch with you through that.
People can totes get in touch with me through that, or I guess you can text me or call me. My phone number's up there. I've never had anybody abuse it.
Until now. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do you have
Let's
more?
see what else. Oh,
Are
I
you
have
looking at
I have
secrets?
wax. I was gonna do, if you guys want, I can do a wax giveaway. So this is
By all
my
means.
new jam. One of the
Wax, not jam.
Breaks again.
That's what I do.
locally grown butter lettuce.
Butter lettuce party!
So I started making wax for carving and sculpting. I gave out a ton of these at Monsterpalooza, so if I saw you there and you had anything to do with sculpture, I probably gave you some. I have just a little bit left over, some of which I'm going to give to George, but some of which I will be happy to give away to any Toy Break viewer that will post.
Do you have like a Facebook page they can come like?
I
or like
do.
A Twitter you want people to follow something?
You can like my thing on Facebook. It's facebook.com/improbablecast. My Twitter is @improbablecast. I mean, that's pretty much...
Do you want people to maybe come like your Facebook page and leave a comment?
Sure. I mean, you can do it on
Is that cool?
Sure.
Is that what you want?
I like it.
Okay.
All right. So do that. So go to facebook.com/improbablecast.
Like it.
Like it. Leave a comment. I'll make a little thread.
Okay.
So people can just comment and just say, hey, I saw you on Toy Break, or I love everything about you, or whatever. And then I will...
Tell Ahren how awesome he is.
Sure. And then
he's a douche.
I will
Say I saw your ponies on Toy Break.
yeah, a lot. George is a lot closer to the truth. And then I will send you some little wax samples, and normally these cost $6
Ooh, plus shipping.
plus shipping.
Well, I know we have some people out there who would be very interested in that.
Are you just going to pick like 3 at random,
Whoever
5 at random?
the first 10 people.
Oh, look
First
at that.
10 people.
First
Watching
10.
early in the week, bonus.
So important. Except Cornboy, all the 4-H guys, I'm gonna throw some in a little bag, and I'm gonna send it along with those little dudes. And I'm gonna send them off.
There you go.
Okay, so don't bother writing, Coin Boy.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I mean, he can enter if he wants, but
But he's already
It's
won.
already coming.
it's already coming.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for providing that.
No
I'm
problem.
sure our viewers will be thrilled.
I mean, they might be thrilled.
I think they will.
I'm,
I think there's at least 10 people out there that want to try your wax.
sure. I mean, I'm really happy with it, obviously, like, because I bother to make it.
Yeah, right.
I've had a really, really good response from some sculptors that I really, really admire, which was
That's fantastic.
which was nice. You know, I mean, it's validating.
Makes you feel like you're spending your time
Well,
well.
it's yeah. I mean, obviously, it's validating to have anybody say something nice about something that you do, but to also have somebody whose opinion you value say something nice about something you've done. It just makes it yay even nicer.
Aww.
So the other thing, I brought so much stuff.
There's other.
Yeah, there is. So the specter of the Polytech PT Flex has reared its ugly head again. Somebody else like asked me about it for like the bazillionth time. Mm-hmm. So
Oh, we should also mention that Ahren is the go-to guy at the OctoberToys.com forum.
yes,
If you have a casting question, anybody who can answer will try, but Ahren is the go-to guy. Ahren is going to be the
I have
guru. He's
There's
the
actually
casting.
there's a dedicated thread, which George.
It's called Irritate Ahren.
No,
I'm just kidding.
It's same thing. I've never had anybody abuse that
Right.
either. You know, I mean, it's
That's another good way to get in touch with you.
Sure, you can send me a PM. I'll give you one guess what my October Choice forum name is.
I think it's Improbable Cast.
It is so good.
I like your branding.
Yeah, I mean it's consistent. So when people find out about the Polytech, the PT Flex series, which is a very commonly used fast cure urethane rubber that a lot of the sort of home minifigure folks are fond of, just because of its speed. You know, there's a mercury component to it. It's not the apocalypse. You need to be careful with it, and you need to make sure that you are clearly and honestly labeling anything that you make with it. The jury's still out on a couple things about it, but more on
And
that.
any of these materials, some people will be more sensitive than other people.
Absolutely. So I've been sort of researching alternatives, so other fast cast urethanes that do not have a mercury component. So the 3 that I've found so far are Smooth On makes a product called Task 16, because I know I have an East Coast accent that some people find undecipherable. So Task 16, the only downside, and it's not really a downside, is its 2-to-1 mix.
Okay.
It's fine.
Is that a downside?
It is a downside. For some people have cited that specifically as the reason they do not want to use it.
But why? Because they have to buy a different quantity?
No.
It comes
I
in the
don't
right.
understand.
It comes in the right ratio.
It comes in the right ratio. You just have to mix it 2-to-1 instead of 1-to-1.
How is it
Because some people don't have a scale, or they don't want to take the time to do the
a
right
scale's like 20 bucks.
measurements.
It's
Yeah,
less than $20. It is $12 at
Okay,
Harbor
well,
Freight.
anyway.
Anyways, so the other 2 that I actually just found today, when I was at SILPAC, which is here in sunny Los Angeles, actually like
Sunny Burbank.
sunny Burbank, yeah. Is it? I guess technically.
It's North
Oh,
Hollywood.
it's North
It's
Hollywood.
North Hollywood, yeah.
I wanted to sound like Laugh-In. Beautiful downtown Burbank. Go ahead.
Okay. So they actually have 2 options for non-mercury fast cast urethane rubbers, which are the Silpac RU455. And the way their numbering works is the last 2 numbers are the approximate durometer. So this is 55, and it's pretty
Durometer
clear.
is the flexibility in case you're...
Basically, it's how hard it is.
yeah, it is.
It's a hardness scale. So this is the 55 in a cross section like that, which is about maybe half an inch. It's tough. You know, I mean, that's a
Oh, yeah.
a lot of, you know, sort of grrr.
But if that was in a minifigure arm or something,
Yeah, if it
it'd
was
probably
thin,
be pretty
it would
bendy.
be-
It'd be bendy.
Yeah.
You know, most of the figures, the
Smells like
production
peanut butter.
figures,
It does. It
yeah,
smells like a Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
Reese's peanut butter cookie.
don't eat it.
Don't eat any toys.
Don't eat anything.
Don't eat anything.
You heard me. But this stuff should be fairly easy to pigment because this is sort of fairly common color of urethanes just because the chemicals are this color.
And a fairly common color of urine.
Yeah, well, really?
No, I'm just-
Not that guy.
Ugh.
Drink some water.
All right, what's the other one?
So the other one is the Silpack RU280280.
Ooh.
And this is hella
Super
hard.
dense.
I mean, this is actually, and it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
little hard to see in sort of like a muffin tin form like that. If that was a minifigure, that would be pretty close to what most people are used to in an injection molded PVC. Between like 80 and
Oh, you mean like
90.
maybe an OMFG?
like an OMFG.
I already touched
Yeah, he already blew.
Which,
Smells like peanut butter.
It does
due
smell
to filming schedule, I'm assuming our Kickstarter went well. Yay! OMFG Series 3!
we have no reason to believe that it will not be successful. So obviously this one a little bit harder to pigment if you're trying to do anything other than a solid color.
But I'm sure it's still
obviously.
possible.
Well, totally possible, but it won't. You wouldn't be able to like
Yeah.
put glitter in this
Right.
because it's just going
That
to be a
wouldn't do
solid
anything.
block of block.
Unless you want a random piece on the outside.
Don't do that. So these are both,
glitter.
in addition to the Task 16, these are both extremely viable options for anyone who has any kind of concern about that material, the PT Flex series,
I'm calling it a toy.
and calling it a toy.
But you should label everything anyway, regardless of what you're using.
Right. And I mean, in 2015, it's not going to matter because,
The world will come to an end.
no,
Oh.
that's statistically unlikely. 2015, so the California regulations are, if you can believe it, actually less restrictive than the European Union
True.
regulations.
Anyone who's had a toy tested knows this.
So in 2015, the EU regulations are going to change and become infinitely more strict on regulating certain materials, including mercury. So if you are
Basically eliminating mercury.
pretty much. So if you're in the EU or if you are planning on, selling your toy or whatever you're calling it, and shipping it overseas,
Yes.
you could get a really nasty phone call from the State Department saying, hey, please don't export items that are on the banned materials list to other places because, it kind of makes us look like jerks.
And as you were saying, California may catch up to
I
those
would
standards, and then the rest of the country sort of catches up to California's
correct.
standards.
So that problem, like I said, eventually will solve itself. But for now,
We have all these wonderful options.
we've all these wonderful options. And I'll give you some links to put in
Great.
the show notes.
The show notes.
Yeah, well, I mean, people read the show notes?
Yes, people read the show notes.
Okay, well,
I hope they read. Are you reading the show notes? Leave us a comment.
okay.
But before we get to show notes, we have to get to events. First up, we have C2E2, the Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo, is bringing the best of pop culture to the West Building at McCormick Place in Chicago, Illinois, April 26th through 28th, c2e2.com.
Et2, C2, Et2.
Yes, exactly.
I want to read the other one. I mean, I know the other one. The Robo Toy Fest and Brick Boutique.
Ooh.
A Brick Boutique. I like saying that. A day full of robots and Lego with free admission after 10 a.m. The Pasadena Convention Center in Pasadena, California on May 5th. RobotOyFest.com. So there aren't two T's. Ah, it drives me crazy when people do stuff like that.
It's Robo Toy Fest.
Oh, it's Robo Toy. Okay, I was like, it's Robot.
It's not Robot Toy. It's Robo Toy Fest.
Robo Toy Fest.
Or it's a bunch of punk robots. Robot Oi Fest. No. Nah. What else is coming up?
Cool Mini or Not Expo. Meet the folks behind great games like Zombicide, Rivet Wars, Sedition Wars, and Guilds of Cadwallon.
Yep.
Plus, meet award-winning miniature painter Jen Haley and James Wappel in Atlanta, Georgia, May 17th through the 19th. ComeOnExpo.com. CMONExpo.com. Pre-registration is $25 for the weekend.
Yeah, just a couple more days.
Until April 26th.
Or did that pass? No, it's coming up. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not familiar with James Wappel's body of work.
I like his name.
I just not just, but a couple months ago, I backed a Kickstarter of his.
Okay.
He was doing painting videos.
Okay. Well, Jen Haley. So this is my old world. I used to work for Games Workshop, which is a miniatures company for people that don't know. Jen Haley is amazing. I mean, she does.
I looked at her website.
Crazy work. Like I would put her in a top 10 of miniature painters probably.
You have a lot of lists.
I have a lot of lists. That's pretty much.
I think that James Wappel fella is right up there in his.
Is he?
Yeah, I've been looking at his site and through because of the Kickstarter updates and stuff. It's pretty amazing at the stuff he does.
Yeah, I haven't. That's another sort of weird thing that gets dominated in a lot of respects by Europeans. There's just, I don't know, there's something in the water. But, I mean, if you look at, like, U.S.-based contests, and then, like, Games Workshop every year runs a contest, like a painting contest called the Golden Demon. And, like, if you look at the United States Golden Demon sort of contestants and the winners, and then you look at, like, the French Golden Demon, the Polish Golden Demon, the German Golden Demon, it's like, the not that there aren't great American painters, there certainly are, but the level of, I don't know.
Just different.
It's just...
So much more.
Like, degrees of magnitude.
You know what I think it is? Less reality TV in Europe.
I don't know if that's
Is
true.
that true?
I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
Have you done the research on that?
No.
She's just
I don't
making
do
up
research.
statements.
Okay. Well,
We don't do research on this show.
it's not true. There's all that stuff. I didn't even know about the Cool Mini Expo.
See, exciting.
I mean, I'm not...
I mean, you're not caught up on your
I'm not...
Toy Break episodes because
He's been busy working for Monsterpalooza.
Yeah. Yeah, I was putting in like 16-hour days.
What better thing
getting
to
ready
keep
for
you
movies.
company while you're casting resin than our wonderful voices in the background?
I know, but I can just... I can talk to you anytime.
All right, well, that is it for episode 258. Don't forget, you can save money with several different Toy Break coupons online at many different retailers. You can check the show notes at toybreak.com for complete details, as well as links to everything we talk about, like you said, in the show notes. You can also watch past episodes, join the contests and the rousing discussions in the forum. Ask Ahren if you have any casting, molding, anything like that.
My thread
Need some
is
tips?
in the customs section.
Custom.
Create customs. It's like one of the
Right.
top 2 or something like that.
Yeah, it's
like
sticky at the top.
2 sticky threads. Can I do some shout outs? I love doing shout outs. So obviously shout out Shiflett Brothers, amazing. Simon Lee, got your thing. Paul Komodo.
Just in case Simon Lee is watching Toy Break.
I'll tell him. I'll tag him in the little thing. Paul Komodo probably not watching Toy Break, but I really like your thing. All the other guys from their studio, I got to meet Scott Whitworth finally from Whitworth Sculpture Studio. He was awesome. Miss Monster, she's awesome. Neil, I love you, Neil. I'm forgetting like a million people. I have my Mutant Vinyl Hardcore shirt on.
Beautiful.
So, big shout out to Rich. More to come. And anyone else that I forgot, I'll have you put in the show notes.
Okay.
Which is probably like basically everybody at Monsterpalooza.
You could, you know, what you
Okay.
could do is you can
Go to the Monsterpalooza site.
on the forum when this goes up.
Yeah.
You can always just put anybody's links in there that you
Ah.
want
I
to
could.
talk about.
I could do that.
That's even better.
And you can help everybody by letting people see the link right to the person's site so they can go find Simon Lee and Paul
Yeah.
Komodo and
Even better.
Neil
And
Wynn.
John Payne, who totally, like I said, let me hold the tongue. I was so excited.
Well, don't forget, you can also help support Toy Break by clicking on the Amazon link on toybreak.com and doing your shopping as normal. Doesn't cost an extra penny. Help support the show. We really appreciate it. You can also call and leave us a voicemail at 818-AM-I-GOOD. You can email us at info@toybreak.com. You can keep up with us on Facebook at facebook.com/toybreak. You can check out our Toy Briefs and full episodes and Toy Girl episodes at youtube.com/toybreak. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Aileen Gaspar.
At George Gaspar.
At Improbable Cast. Also on Instagram, as a matter of fact.
Oh, consistency.
Consistent branding. Most of what's on Instagram is like pictures of my daughter. So if you want to see that, or like occasionally like shots of my desk, or like my messy car, I need to.
You're really selling it.
I need to start
utilizing. Yeah, I need to start utilizing it more.
You're selling it.
Like I think the last thing I posted
wait.
on Instagram was a picture of Penny like passed out in the chair from jet lag. She was just like collapsed yesterday. Like,
you probably need to get better at posting things on Instagram.
I probably do. I honestly didn't know it was that popular.
It's a thing.
I know it's a thing now. And I don't know. I guess part of me doesn't know. I think
like it's almost being left in the dust. There's other things now. It's like you're almost to the point where you might as well just skip it and move on to like Vine or whatever it is.
Ugh.
Whatever's next.
Anybody want to see a 3-second looped video of me?
No, I don't.
Yeah, nobody does.
Not just you, just anybody.
Just anybody. Yeah,
loop video.
It seems like such a terrible idea.
All right. Well, on that note, we will see you next week. Same toy time, same toy channel. Thank you for sharing your expertise this week, Ahren.
$1 bill, y'all.
Bye.
Oh, yeah.
I got this too.